Today I'll be ranking the top 10 position players in MLB The Show 23, so obviously I'll be leaving out all pitchers and just going with position players from any set currently in the game. And now that we're basically in October, I just figured now would be a good time to do this sort of ranking. And if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's start off by going over a few honorable mentions before we get into player number 10. First one is Babe Ruth here. Maxed out hitting coming into this. I maybe thought he would make the list, but if it was a top 12 list, he probably would make it. But top 10, just outside of it. Austin Riley too, really good card. Love Austin Riley cards. Amazing attributes, obviously, but he just was outside of it, probably again in my top 12, 13. And then one more here, J-Ram. I always love J-Ram cards, but man, I don't know. He could have made my number 10 spot, but it was tough. Left him just off the ranking. Also, there's the monthly awards Lightning card, J-Rod, super good card that I ended up leaving off the list as well. But starting off with number 10, we're going to go with Charlie Blackmon. And not sure if you guys agree with this selection, but he's not the big name guy that you might be expecting here, but he just has everything that you guys want, right? Maxed out contact both sides, maxed out clutch. He's got really good speed, 79, with the ability to get that up after paralleling him up to 84 overall, so that's really good. Diamond defense, and then his power numbers are going to play, right? So 109 vision too, so if you guys are playing on higher difficulties, also if you're playing on higher difficulties, the max contact to both sides plus the clutch is going to be massive. But again, on those higher difficulties, just being able to foul off pitches, stay alive with that vision is super nice. And the number 9 spot, we have Adley Richmond, a top 2 to 3 catcher in the game for sure. Switch hitter, amazing hitting stats. He's got that max, basically all maxed out defense, right? 64 speed for a catcher's, it'll do, right? It's not amazing, but it's good enough. You can get that up into the high 60s there once you parallel him up. So not too bad. And yeah, I do think that him being a catcher also gives him a little bit more value just because we know that there's not a ton of stud catchers in the game right now. So I just think that gives him a little more value. Quirks-wise, really good. Rally Monkey, Red Dead, catcher pop time, excels at throwing out base stealers, so that's super nice. Plus, you pair that with his 99 arm. It's going to be dangerous, both at the plate and behind home plate there. Now, moving on to number 8, we actually have Ronald Lacuna Jr. right here, and I actually thought I wanted to put him up another spot or two. I really did, because just look at this card. Maxed out contact both sides, maxed out clutch, amazing fielding with that 90 speed at P1. Can get that up to 95 speed. Power lefty, 115, good vision, right? So, that power against righties, really that, I would say the only weakness in the card. So, you just look at it, and maybe I should have had him up 1 or 2 spots, but really good card. Just not amazing quirks on the card, I don't think. So that's tough, but this card will play regardless just because of all the attributes right here are absolutely amazing. At number 7, I have Hank Aaron, and I had the Hank versus Acuna debate with myself for quite a while. It's so close. Hank's hitting attributes are a little bit better, especially his power numbers are a little bit better than Acuna, while Acuna edges out Hank with his defense, his speed. So it's definitely super close. And Hank, I'll show you guys in a second, does have better quirks, so that played into this a little bit as well. But yeah, across the board, unbelievable hitting stats for Hank. I think this is probably one of the more underrated cards just because, we talk about some of the best cards in the game, and I don't think Hank gets brought up maybe as much as he should because he's, just look at the attributes on this card. Amazing quirks on top of that too. And yeah, this card's just crazy good. And yeah, just the speed, 76. You would want that maybe a little bit higher for this to be like an endgame version of Hank, but super good card regardless. But at number 6, we have Jimmy Fox, and this catcher secondary is massive. This is what makes this card, number 6 could even be a little bit higher if, I could totally see that too, right? So that gets his value up even more, but even then, like just looking at the card, close to maxed out hitting. He's got really solid defense, good enough defense, especially at catcher there. 70 speed will play at catcher as well. He's got some very good quirks as well on top of that. Just the vision at 90, if you're playing on high difficulties, maybe that, maybe that's a little frustrating, but 9 quirks, breaking ball hitter, rally monkey, bad ball hitter, a lot of good quirks there, 9 total quirks. So this card will play really good. And again, this might be your catcher for the rest of the year. So I had to put Jimmy Fox, in the top 6 right here. At number 5, I have Ellie De La Cruz, and the reason I have him above Jimmy Fox is really because, you look at that speed, he's got 30 points higher speed right there than Jimmy Fox, and then also his switch hitting ability. I just value switch hitting greatly, so had to have him over Fox. You look at his hitting too, really good hitting stats, maxed out against righties. The lefties is what makes him number 5. I think he would be a spot or 2 higher probably if his hitting against lefties was a little bit better, maxed out clutch. He's got diamond defense, 99 speed, 99 steal, super good right there. Another guy with 90, around 90 vision. And the thing that hurts Ellie also is the fact that he has no quirks. So that, it doesn't really matter probably all too much just because look at his attributes. I think he'll be very good regardless. But yeah, I think that prevents him along with, maybe his hitting against lefties from being even a spot or 2 higher. But at number 4, we have Mookie Betts. And the Mookie Ellie, like I said, it was close, the debate between these two. But Mookie's ability to play 5 positions, and then the fully maxed out contact both sides was probably the reason why I gave him the edge. Also, the quirks, just because Ellie, like we saw, didn't have any quirks, but then Mookie has some good ones. So all of that kind of gave Mookie the edge. Mookie cards also just play really good, and this might be one of the better Mookie cards that we've actually ever seen. So really excited to, start playing a lot with this Mookie. Looks amazing. And then again, like I said, 9 quirks, really good, dead red, unfazed, rally monkey, breaking ball hitter, some really good ones. So that, just sets him apart from Ellie, and that's who I have in the number 4 spot. So moving on to number 3, and at number 3, I have Chipper Jones. Kind of crazy to think that this card was a day 1 card, right? Switch hitter, basically maxed out hitting at P5. Always has a fantastic swing too. Love Chipper cards. And yeah, the clutch, is once it gets to P5, you're gonna have a 122 clutch. So I don't think you can tell the difference between 122 and 125 clutch. So I think regardless, very good on the clutch, right? Diamond defense. So, sneaky good at defense, 78 speed, ability to get that up to 81 speed. And then, yeah, switch hitter, third base, shortstop, secondary, and he'll play at shortstop. So if you really need a shortstop, and you want a wild card chipper for some reason, it'll be super nice. But also season 6 is coming pretty soon. So as we know, any set will be available to use in season 6. So definitely going to want Chipper in your lineup right there as a set 1 card. Maybe you haven't used him for a while, so that'll be nice to go back to use him. But then at number 2, we have Mickey Mantle, and at P5, this card is pretty much maxed out across the board, hitting, defense, speed. So, what can you really say? What can you nitpick with this card, right? Switch hitter too. That's super valuable. So it's crazy that this card is the number 2 card because of how ridiculously good this card is, right? Can play any outfield position, obviously. And like I said, switch hitter just gives him a little bit more value. Super nice right there. And then quirks-wise, some good ones. Breaking ball hitter, rally monkey, dead red. So good on the quirks. And this Mickey Mantle card, in my opinion, was the best card in the game coming into Set 4 Season 4. But that changed a little bit once Set 4 dropped and once we got a certain 99 overall. A guy named Mike Trout came into the game, and this card is crazy, At P5, he's going to be essentially maxed out across the board, just a little bit lower vision like we've been seeing with some of these really good cards. Actually, Mantle does have slightly better vision, but I just gave the nod to Trout. Unbelievable hitting stats, 99 speed, unbelievable, diamond defense, really good quirks. He has everything that you guys are looking for, just really good. Just more, a little more expensive than Mickey Mantle, but Mickey Mantle obviously a set 2 card. So let me know what you guys think about the top 10 and also how you guys think Trout, Mantle, Chipper, some of the top guys compare to each other. As always, I do appreciate you guys for watching to the end of this video, but that'll be it for this one. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.